Okay, so we are up to session 11. Who would like to go through the recap of all the random things that happened in session 10? If anyone remembers, as it was 4 weeks ago now.
Know we made it out of the circus. Um, Took a
Yeah, I can,
carriage or something, right?
right. So I can run through the major events. You left Thelanis and went back to the circus where you ran into Wop Babaloo Bop again. You then decided to go and get a drink, and Wat Babaloo said the only place in the circus where you could get real spirits and not just fruit juices or something similar is to go to the Pixie Kingdom. So you all went to the Pixie Kingdom to get drinks,
Yes.
except for yeah, and you all got different pixie names as you went in. While most of you were drinking, Pebble went off and was scaring the dog, chasing the dog all around the Pixie Kingdom, and causing the people who were riding in the passenger area of the dog's saddle to get sick and almost get thrown out. So the Pixies had to calm down the pug, and then they let Pebble ride around on him. So that was fun for him. He eventually came over to where you guys were getting your drinks, which was in this spider web covered building. Actually, it was built of spider webs, sometimes called Cobweb Hall. After about an hour, the potions that had shrunk you down to pixie size were beginning to wear off, so you went and got a second one. And as you were continuing to drink, you saw Burley the hobgoblin lean over the pixie kingdom and shout, looking for all of you, saying that Shebop wanted you to come to the big top. Uh, you eventually went over to the big top where Pebble was crowned king of the circus and given a little magical crown, which he still has. You were also then put into a VIP box to watch the circus acts. Lee then gave up his seat to somebody who had a crappy seat. And so yeah, she got to watch the circus from the good box. You were given treasure that was then divided up amongst all of you. You later decided to go back to the Pixie Kingdom for a bit, and that's where you chartered the cart so that when the circus finally did close up and let everyone out, you were able to take a cart over to the city of Passage, where you then went to an inn called the Bespoke Wand, and you got a actual full night's rest in actual beds. The next day, there was a bit of a parade. There was a local holiday going on, a local festival. Paelius then went to investigate how much it would cost to take the lightning rail, as you had also figured out that you were about uh, more than 1,000 miles away from where you need to be, Black Pit. And so, with about 3 weeks to get there, the only way to do so in time, at least reliably, was to take the lightning rail south to Fort Light, or maybe the stop after that, then get off and cut through overland to get to Black Pit. And then that should get you there in about 2.5 weeks if you do it that way. So Paelius decided to buy the sort of mid-level accommodations, not the super expensive private room accommodations, and then went back and found everyone. You sort of settled up. Pebble overpaid you a little bit because Pebble's not so good with the money. And then you made your way to the lightning rail where upon boarding, you all began to feel the Sybaris shards that were embedded in your neck began to feel as though they were grinding against the bone. Paelius, I believe, was doubled over. And so each round you'll continue to make a save, but for the moment you're incapacitated and unable to act. At the far end of the carriage, there was another group of seeming adventurers who also were experiencing discomfort. One of them remarked that you were Shepherds of Time agents as they got up and began to draw weapons, except for one of their crew who was also doubled over and unable to act because of the pain. And so that's where we pick it up. There's also, by the way, in this carriage, the carriage is full of people. There are benches on either side of the carriage, like padded seats basically in a semicircular ring, so that groups can sit together and face one another while you go. There is also a Warforged who is right at the entrance where you guys are now, who is essentially a little unsure how to react to this situation. He's probably there as security, but it's not like there's common brawls on the lightning rail. So at the moment, he is just kind of taking the scene in. But he is clearly like marked as House Orion, whether, and then you're not sure whether or not he belongs to House Orion or is just an employee.
Contractor.
So
Um,
you are yeah, you are in the lightning rail at this point in there is a free bench that you imagine to be the one that you hired, and there are these guys who are beginning to advance on you. And so we can all roll for initiative.
Sounds good. One question, the 400 gold that we got, is that 400 total, like split apart so each person gets 100?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
think so. Yeah.
Oh, and
Okay.
Shebop said that she was going to go back in and save or try to save Mbop, but that Mbop is probably not in the immediate vicinity of where you guys were in Thelanis, that she was probably carted off to a different section of Thelanis by one of the hags.
Alzin and Pebble are hanging out back.
I'm incapacitated.
Let me take a look. This thing was blank when I pulled it up, and now it's got a whole bunch of extra things. Did Pebble roll initiative? Oh, there it
6.
is.
Yeah.
Okay. Pyelius, you're doubled over, but you can make another con save.
We'll see if I make it. I can roll it.
Yep.
Well, all right.
So you have made it. You can act next turn. They are going to
Can I
start doing.
move?
No, you make it at the end of your turn. Let's see this
Sure.
guy. His character sheet is loading slowly. Uh, so these guys aren't going to advance. They're going to move forward, at least the guys who aren't incapacitated. But it doesn't seem as though they have ranged weapons on them because they don't pull them. But that's their turn. They move up. People around you, around them, are also seemingly a bit nervous, hearing the commotion and seeing these guys with weapons drawn. But Lee, you can go.
Uh, is that that's the Warforged guy behind me, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to move over here and say, those guys there look kind of hostile. Is this normal for the lightning rail?
It's not normal at all. I am not sure why they are as agitated as they seem to be.
Uh, and if I can shuffle behind him, I will.
Yeah, you can do that. Elzen.
Hmm. Elzen says, well, I think you seem tired. You should just lay down and take a nap. And he's going to cast
I
sleep.
will. Oh.
That's not what I wanted to cast. I was trying to minimize that. This is what I
Fooled
wanted to
you.
cast. Wow, that was a terrible 5 to 8 roll.
So, so let me say that you may want to rethink this because wherever you're centering it, you're almost certainly going to hit all of these commoners who are going to eat up your hit point total of the sleep.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it starts at the lowest and then
Right.
works up. Okay.
Who knows? Maybe it's a good idea. They don't start running and causing chaos.
Maybe that's what we want.
Taking these guys
Yeah.
out is also useful.
Yeah. I rethink it. I'll do Tasha's hideous laughter instead. So I cast it on the one that's the closest. The
Yeah, you'll
one
have to
with
move. You'll have to move up like 5 feet to get him.
yeah, he'd move like basically into the next car.
What save is that?
It's wisdom save. It's DC 14. Woof. Well, just got lucky.
Oh, Pebble's turn. Then we're back to Paelius, who can act this time.
All right.
I need to remember to copy Mike's thing about like giving the order every time so that people can get ready. I know I find that helpful, but I always plan to adopt it when I'm not playing. I keep thinking I'm going to do that.
Sometimes I see. I never remember to give inspiration. That's why I just say, "Hey guys, you start with inspiration." But that's what our action points are for. So.
I'll just say none of you
Right.
are inspiring. That's why you don't get it.
um,
None of
You
you have
haven't.
impressed me this
Nope.
time.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
all right. So this is a Warforged guard right here next to
Yes.
me. Okay. And then, um, how are these guys responding to what Elzen and Lee did?
Um, so Lee said something. It's not clear that they heard what Lee was saying to the Warforged guard. Because there is crowd noise here, especially now that something's going on. Um, they still seem hostile especially after Elzen cast a spell on them, even though it failed. They have, by
Okay.
the way, all have cutlasses that they're advancing on you with.
Okay. Um, all right, I'm just gonna look something up real quick. All right, 20-foot cube. So, okay. So, uh, Pebble is going to sneeze. And when he does that, it moves the crown in such a way that it begins to glow, and the sneeze actually glitter shots through the cabin into that square. Uh, and he's like, ah, what? What? That's never happened before. Um, so with the circus crown, I get fairy fire once per day, but it doesn't say what the DC is, or um whether it uses one of my attributes.
Let me look it up. So the DC is 13. It's a fixed DC.
Okay.
Let's see.
Sweet. Saves me from doing that.
So two of them failed.
Um, and Pebble is just gonna sit there kind of stunned in amazement. What are you doing? Don't bother. Um, so that's my turn. I have to make a Constitution saving throw. I assume that fails, so I continue to have a disadvantage on attack rolls.
Right. Paelius. Then the bad guys, and then Lee.
Um, so that one has the fairy fire on it then?
Yep.
Delightful.
I forgot about the other guy. He is still doubled over.
Um, I guess then I'll just pull out the short bow. No reason, I see no reason right now to go closer. Yeah, short bow, shoot. At the one, this front one that's fairy fired.
Okay. That hits.
Um, because I had the advantage, I also get the sneak attack.
Okay. Your arrow lands with a thud. You could see
Uh,
blood begin to trickle down the front of this guy, out of the guy's leather armor.
I land, I look at him like, stay back. But I'll dip around the side. Well, if I can actually hide or not. Maybe I can get.
I
No,
mean, yeah,
I doubt
so
it.
these little partitions between them,
Yeah.
you can hide there because they're basically floor to ceiling. So they don't have direct line of sight to you necessarily where they are.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing else to do with the bonus action, so I'll go ahead and just see if I can. I'll get up on. I'll fucking like climb between people sitting there. Uh,
Are you like hiding behind them?
honestly, I imagine there's like racks and shit up above, right?
Yes, there's luggage racks.
I'm a pretty small guy. Um, See, I just like hop up and see if I can.
Hide in the luggage rack.
Yeah, I'm sure nothing will go missing.
And I think not that I think I'll do it up on this part of it, like, and then yeah,
Okay.
horrendous roll. All right,
Uh, so this guy will advance. And he will get to there. And since he has a shot, he is going to attack Elzen.
Uh, Now that's gonna hit.
And the second fairy fired guy is going to do the same. So 7 misses.
Yeah.
Third guy who's fairy fired as well. He moves up there. As you're looking at him, obviously Paelius can't see this, but the rest of you see as he begins to move up, you see his form begins to blink, almost like he's blinking out of existence, but then he appears behind Elzen, sorry, behind Pebble and next to Lee, and he is going to attack Pebble. Let's see if he confirms. I think that confirms.
Yes, it does.
So, Pebble, you can roll the percentiles.
choose the form of your destructor.
So you are pushed 10 feet out, and you provoke an attack of opportunity as you fall forward. So he will attack you again. I did forget. Uh, Actually, maybe you're not, because I just noticed now that he did 24 damage.
I'm still up.
Okay. So he will take another attack, but misses. This last guy, he has to move up a little bit.
Okay, so and then yeah, the second attack misses.
Right. And then he does the same, also shimmering out of existence, and then back in next to where Lee is. And he is going to attack Lee. I assume that hits.
Yeah.
That's their turn. Lee, it's your turn.
So what the Warforged do?
The Warforge is still he will get into the initiative next round, but this is where he actually saw people get damaged. So this is he clearly is deciding to get into the fight and intervene.
Okay, but unsure which side. Um,
Yeah, I mean, he might view all of you as hostile, but they were hostile first. So,
well, let's see. Okay, it's go time now. Bonus action rage. Uh, And you see magic swirls of energy come from Lee. And 1. Necrotic energy bursts from Lee, and each enemy within 30 feet takes 1d10 necrotic damage. So they probably, I would assume they make a save.
Same.
Is there a save? What's can you post the ability?
It's the wild surge for Barbarian.
Yeah, I don't remember if that has a save. What save is it? He said it's 1d10.
Takes 1d10 necrotic damage.
Right, and you rolled 1d8.
No, I rolled to see what it was
Oh,
because
I
it's a
see.
wild surge.
So roll me 1d10.
1. Awesome.
And
Hey,
then,
thank you, roll 20. Doing
and
doing
then
its handiwork.
what what is the save they have to make?
Uh, I would assume it's a con save. So it would be 13.
Shadowy tendrils lash out around you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet must make a con save or take 1d12 necrotic damage. You also gain 1d12 temporary hit points.
So it's 1d12 or
That's what the
No, it's
base, the
1d10. I'm
normal.
reading. This is the Mike version.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the
Mike
normal
Mike
version.
apparently turned it down. I don't get 1d12. He only give me 1d10.
I'm looking up mine on my thing.
yeah, Mike toned it
Uh,
down.
That doesn't
That
sound
doesn't
right.
Yeah,
sound right.
that doesn't seem right. Maybe I got the wrong one.
So I would say even if they took half damage, that would still be 1. So I just let them all take the point.
okay, in mine, it's each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet takes 1d12 necrotic damage. You also gain hit points equal to 1d12 plus your barbarian level.
Okay. Well, I mean, all right.
Improved that part of it.
Yeah.
So you can
Okay.
you can roll the 1d12.
Okay. It does say on this PDF 1d10. I'm not, and I know we had that whole thing with I couldn't figure out how to change the rage thing, but all right. 1d12. There you go. Roll 20. About effing
Nice.
time.
Nice.
D12 is always better.
It is.
Let's see. Now I'll have them make their con saves. That's a fail. One guy made it. 2 fails. 3 fails. So this guy.
Oh, wait. So in my like the barbarian that ability doesn't require saving throw at all.
Okay. That's my bad. I just assumed it did.
Yeah. It'll say
It will say
in
it.
the
Okay.
ability if it requires a save. So
Okay.
that's one that just happens.
That just happens.
Yeah. Because most of the other abilities are ones that can be repeated each round. This one just happens at the start and then there's no other effect.
Okay. So the temporary hit points, is it each creature or is it
No,
11?
it's not it's just the 1d12 plus your barbarian level.
Is that a separate D12?
No, it gain temper equal to the sum of the necrotic damage. Okay. So,
That's not what I got.
That's a different version.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Obviously, I got the wrong effing PDF. Let me see. There's another one in here.
Here, I'll
This.
let me
Hold on. There's 2 in here. Obviously, I picked the wrong one. All right. What's okay? Just F.
That was always the threat. We knew that from the beginning, huh?
well, I've consolidated them all to where they
Okay, I got the right one. All right. Let's just take this one and throw it in the trash so I don't mess with it
here,
anymore.
I
All
also
right.
emailed it.
There we go. You can see. All right. Yep. 1d10, you gain temporary. 1d12. Okay. Plus your barbarian level. Okay. Yep. So is it a separate roll or is it the 11 damage?
That's a DM call.
This is, I don't know what this ability is. So I think it comes down to whatever the PDF says. The PDF is DM now.
I emailed it to everybody. So Kurt, if you want to check it out in the email.
Let's see.
And I've been very careful not to be updating the classes since we started this game.
Yeah, it looks like it's a separate 1d12 roll.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. Separate 1d12. 9 plus barbarian level. Okay.
Yep.
12. 12. Okay. 12. Okay. So they take
So they take 11.
necrotic damage. All right. And I'm going to try to hit this guy with the Morning Star as my attack. Okay.
There are two guys adjacent to you. One of them has the fairy fire on him.
Okay, and that gives me advantage.
Yes,
Okay. I will attack the one with the fairy fire because I need the advantage. 22 to hit.
that hits.
And I'm raging, so he takes 9 piercing and 2 psychic.
So he is bloodied, below half. Anything else you're doing?
Uh, that's it.
So it's Elzen is up next. Pebbles on deck. Pyelius is in the hole.
Elzen reaches down, puts his hand flat on the ground and pulls up and catches his Hysterius Angus. And then he slams it down. So he like pops it up, grabs it, slams it down to cast Sword Burst. So the two they need to make dex saves.
Each creature within range, you're gonna hit that lady.
Oh, well. Should be all right.
Well,
These
maybe
are
he'll
tight,
move.
confined spaces.
He's got to make a dex save. Should be all right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she make a dex save. There may be casualties.
That's right.
Let me see. So deck saves. Let's see. First, these two guys you're trying to hit. So
Second one, it's DC 14, so the second one makes it. Yeah, so if they make it, they don't take any damage. If they miss, then they take 3.
If you aren't run over by the lightning rally, you may be stabbed when you get on board. When the fight breaks.
And then that lady behind you. Oh, she made it.
Yeah, she knew it was coming.
Hmm.
Is there anything else you're doing?
I don't think so. No.
So now there is officially screaming from amongst the crowd, at least in that one set of seats, as the lady is on the floor, having barely dodged a strike that would have killed her because just a normal person. Pebble.
Um, when we spend an action point to spend hit dice, how many hit dice can we spend?
That's up to half whatever number of hit dice you have.
Round up or round down?
Round up.
Okay. So I'll do one. That'll do. So then, so Pebble gets up and he takes up his trident, which is now wreathed in blue flame, and let's see. Um, Enzy! And Pebble runs up and attacks the guy with the fairy fire. So,
That is potentially a crit, so definitely hits.
well, I'm at disadvantage, so it cancels out, so it's just the 11.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that does miss.
And then I will use High Point and yeah, I'll do Flurry of Blows. So 1, 2.
Both hit.
All right, so 7, 9, 19. It's all cold damage, by the way, because with my ability, I can change the damage I deal to cold.
So the second strike kills him.
And that's my turn.
So we're Pyelius. Before you go, though, I want to roll initiative for the Warforged. So he actually gets to go first. Let's see what he does. So as you watch, you see two blades eject out of his arm, and so the entire length of his forearm now is a bladed weapon, and he is going to attack the guy who's standing directly next to him.
Does he say anything?
That's a good point. Now he would say that he would look at this guy and say, "You have violated the policies of House Orion. You will be subdued." And he does hit the guy. So now it's Pyelius' turn.
All right.
As you shift awkwardly in the luggage rack.
Very, very small. Don't worry about it. Um, yeah, let's see. Suppose it might be worth it though. My rapier now will be better, so I'll just sort of like hop down as I'm hopping down, draw out the rapier, and stab at this guy.
That's a hit. That does a significant portion of his health you've taken away, but he's still up.
And I think yeah. So since I'm a master of tactics, master tactician, I can take the help action as a bonus action. I'm gonna take the help action on this guy. So as I poke at him, I like disrupt his his swinging hand a tad, so he's like off balances a bit. So the next attack against him will have advantage.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to do my con save.
You can do it.
Yeah.
So anything else Paolis is doing?
Nope, that's it for now.
So it's the bad guys, and then Lee is on deck, and then Elzen. So this guy, I'll deal with him in the order they appear on the map. So the first guy, the guy, fairy fired guy, he is going to take a swing at Lee. I assume that's a miss. This next guy, actually, he's also going to attack Lee.
Uh, that's a hit.
So that you take half damage from that.
Half off my temporary HP.
And then that guy, he blinks out of existence again and appears over behind Pebble and Elzen. And he takes another attack against Pebble.
It's a hit.
And then the guy in front of Pebble will attack Pebble. Uh-oh. Offsets. And then the last guy will try to make his save again. Nope. Lee.
Hey,
Then Elzen, then Pebble.
all right, I got a guy next to me. Bonus action. I'm gonna hit him with the shield. Not with an 8, no. And then Morning Star.
It's a hit.
So he takes 3 piercing and 2 like 5 damage total.
He's not looking so good, but still up.
Okay.
Elzen.
Elzen from a close range shoots out an Eldritch Blast.
At which guy?
At this one, the one that's directly in front of Pebble.
That hits him. Uh, he is also not looking so good, but still up.
And let me double check just my transmutation. Yes, he cannot take reactions till the start of the next turn.
Okay. Anything else you're doing?
No.
Pebble. Neither of these two guys on either side of you look like they're doing
Oh.
too good.
Which one did you hit, Elton? The top or the bottom?
The
Bottom.
bottom.
Okay. So, uh, Pebble is gonna start bobbing and weaving, and then uh, slide on his belly here, then here, uh, and do a spinning jump trident uppercut into the guy. Um, so no, not trident. Spinning blue flaming foot kick. Um, so I'm taking an action for uh dodge and then a bonus action on arm strike.
That hits. And you kill that guy.
God,
And then he
I'll poke the shit out of
says,
him.
Why you guys all gotta be all being mean and stuff?
as Pebble kills his second dude of the day. So I like to believe that a blue footprint was left on the dude's jaw as he snapped his neck up.
Anything else you're doing?
Making a con save.
That made it.
Cool.
The Warforged turns on the other guy who's fairy fired and says, "Miscreants, stand down!" And then tries to slash him with his arm blade. But he misses. Paelius, then the bad guys, then Lee.
Oh wow.
Um,
The symbols have expanded in the token thing.
Yeah, I've had these for a little while now.
um, I'll just come up here and poke this dude.
Okay.
He still has fairy fire, I believe.
Yep. That's a hit.
Rocked.
Uh,
Yikes.
so that guy's dead. You run him through. Uh,
Let's see here. Then what's the range? How far away is that guy? Yeah. I I I'm gonna assume that these people around like sitting in the seats around us just like have things. Something I could grab.
um, I'm sure
Just like
somebody has
just snatch
something.
something from their hand. Yeah, I don't even care what it is. People don't have phones here, but
Right.
uh,
So you grab a book out of somebody's hands.
I snatch the book and I'm like and I throw it at this guy in order to distract him and take the help bonus action against him. I could do it from 30 feet away.
Okay.
So this book is flying at his face. He like maybe he has to like knock it out of the way, and then like that's somebody's opportunity to get in there and attack him. Uh, and then
So
his corner and be
he
done.
appears to be somewhat distracted as he has to dodge this flying book. And the guy you snatch it from goes, "Hey," as you throw his book.
At least let me save my page.
I gotta return that.
You know what? Maybe can I make a dex save or a dex check in order to like bunny ears his page before I throw it?
I'd say you could do that without a check.
All right,
What a
cool.
guy.
Let me just check something real quick. Uh, so this isn't going so well for him. So you see he begins to flicker in and out again, like they've done before. And nobody sees this but Lee, but he appears there and takes off. And then this other guy, oh, I closed their thing. The other guy, the last of them, is going to try to make his con save and fail. So Lee, it's your turn.
I don't even know if there's another guy. I think I'm like, oh, all right, I guess we're done.
That's true. You can't actually see the other guy from where you are.
Okay, I will. We'll run 10, 15, 20, 25, 10, 15, 20, 25. I get here. Now look around. See if there's any other hostiles.
Sorry, where are you? Maybe
I'm
I'm
next to
just
Elsa
deceiving.
now.
I see. So you don't see any other hostiles.
Uh, take the dodge action.
Okay. So Elzin, it's your turn. It doesn't appear as though there's anybody left from where you are.
Allison's gonna like creep forward, like and peer into the next car to
Right.
see
So
if
this is all technically one car. It's just their little cubicle like benches
section.
in these alcoves. But when you get to about there, you can see this one guy who through the window who is now outside the train and running away.
Sorry, you cut out. But I saw you ping the. You said
Right.
I
So
got.
you can see through the window there is the one guy who was previously in the car and is pretty heavily wounded, is outside the train and running away.
Is the train moving?
No, you just boarded the train.
Oh,
Is the window? Is the window see through? Or I that's not. Is the window like? Is it like glass or is it like an open window?
No, it's glass.
Okay. Hmm. I look around. Does it look like there's any sort of like ladder to the top?
So there is a ladder, but it's you saw at the front of the car when you were getting into the car. There's a ladder there that leads to the top.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I think what Elzen's going to do is uh take the dash action to get extra movement and basically move back to the door, open it up, and then attempt to climb the ladder to get on top of the car.
Okay, hold on a second. So you are here now in a different map, and you can see the guy here.
And I'm going to spend an action point to try to hit him with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, you can try. That's a hit.
Ah.
That is actually exactly enough to kill him.
So yeah,
Nice.
Elzen climbs up to the top, Asterius in hand, and he points it to it, kind of squints his eye, and uh, as a beam of golden energy just launches into the air, pummeling him, and he drops to the ground.
So you see on the platform near the train where you got on, you've drawn a lot of attention now, as the people who were off the train didn't necessarily know what was going on. From their perspective, it looks like this guy was just appeared there and started running all bloodied, and then you climbed up and shot him dead. So they don't know what's
In the
happening.
back. Shoot him
Right.
in the back.
You killed him as he fled.
Yeah, it could have been going to get reinforcements. So
Yeah,
So you can see there on the platform, there are a lot of people are backing away as quickly as they can. There are two Warforged who are now approaching the train, however, drawing javelins as they get closer. Anything
uh,
else you're doing?
he pushes his he like holds the Hysterius with one hand and it pushes it downwards and like holds up his hands and it pushes it downwards back into the ground and holds up his hands in kind of a deference motion.
Okay. They don't
But
get to
that's
go
it.
this round. Get to go this round anyway. Pebble.
Pablo just looks around and is like, I don't feel very well. What is it all about? That's it.
Okay. The Warforged turns, looking at all of you as best he can, and says, "Drop your weapons."
I I will sheathe my sword, my rapier.
Pablo goes and drops his trident.
What does Lee do?
I will put my Morning Star away, but I still have my shield out.
So how do you carry your Morning Star? What does it mean to put it away?
I'm assuming it like latches onto my belt.
So the Warforged is going to he's basically right next to Lee. He is going to reach out and attempt to take your Morning Star.
He's right next to me.
Oh,
I'm
that's
right
right.
here.
That's
Yeah.
right. You moved. I forgot. Um, yeah, he's going to walk over to Pyelius and attempt to take your rapier.
I'm like, this is entirely unnecessary. Those men were trying to kill us.
I concur that that seems to be the case, and your weapon will be returned once there's been an inquiry.
Can we do this on the train? We really ought to be moving.
There will have to be an inquiry before we can move. This is potentially the scene of a crime. It will need to be
Aye.
investigated. Orion agents will be moving in.
So
I have no
fast.
doubt I have no doubt it will take several minutes, but I have no doubt the train will begin to move as soon as they are on board. We can investigate while en route.
I love
Perfect.
how there's three bodies, but it seems to be the scene of a crime.
So you're going to let him take
This,
your rapier?
yeah.
So anything else you're doing?
Um, what about my bow that I had dropped? Could I like
Uh,
discreetly kick it under the bench?
you could give me a stealth check to see if you could do that. Yeah, you're able to do it.
It, will he let me like move?
He's not stopping. He's not like preventing you from moving, so you could move and kick it
Yeah.
away.
He would, yeah. So he let him take the rapier, and I'll kind of like, hands up here, sort of distracting, and kick it down. I'm like, well, go ahead. Excuse me. And I will go. I'll go to see if I can grab the book.
So yeah, you
Um,
manage to essentially distract him so he doesn't notice you kicking your bow into a position where he can't see it.
Perfect. I will start sort of glancing through the book, see what it is as I slowly walk back with it to give it back to the person.
So you hand it back. The guy recoils a bit, not sure if you're going to hit him with the book, uh, but then takes it back and looks a little bit relieved.
I'm going to bite unless you want me to.
We can come out of rounds now.
I'll look back to the group though, and were there any others?
The Warforged then moves on, trying to collect all of your weapons. And you see more Warforged begin to move on to the train. One of them climbs up the ladder to where Elzin is and asks for Elzin to surrender. How does Elzin
Uh,
respond?
uh, sorry, internet cut out. So Allison would crawl, take the ladder back down, and
Right, so
he made his
right,
weapon disappear.
right. So before you can head down, there's a Warforged climbing up the ladder to where you are,
Oh, okay.
uh, telling you that he would like you to surrender.
I have no quarrel with you. We will follow whatever your inquiries is. We are we were attacked.
That remains to be ascertained, but it is possible you will be cleared. We will begin an investigation. Please explain the sequence of events that led to your killing that man.
Well, he said, "Hey, we're gonna." He said, "Hey, you look like somebody we don't like," and then they were hostile. And then if we had not fought back, they would have killed us on the train. However, thanks to our quick actions, we were able to fend them off. That one, however, decided to try to flee, and rather than wait for him to let him escape to go get more help and cause further trouble. I thought it prudent just to eliminate that possibility entirely, given that they were the aggressors in this conflict.
I am not well versed in the rules of self-defense. I know that self-defense is certainly permitted, but once an assailant is fleeing, I am uncertain whether or not you can continue to press the attack. This will need to be referred to a higher authority than me. Perhaps we should go back on board the train.
Very well.
So you both climb down and go into the car. One of the Warforged goes off towards the front of the train. A bunch of people decide that they just want to get off the train now. But the Warforged are kind of penning them in because they're all witnesses to whatever happened. Yet another Warforged comes in, with the body of the person who Elzin killed, and dumps him on the floor next to his friend in front of a bunch of potentially now traumatized passengers.
Just another
Like how
day
the
in the
war,
lightning rail.
like how the Warforged would like when the way may not even pick that up. They're like, this is just oblivious to the emotional toll of that.
So the Warforged who was in the car with you explains things to a human guy who comes from the front, who appears to be again in livery of House Orion, although the livery that the Warforged are wearing are relatively rudimentary. This guy's wearing like a full fancy suit that is some sort of uniform. They begin to talk amongst themselves as the Warforged explains that when you came on board, that this other group towards the back of the train got agitated and rose up and immediately drew weapons and began to advance on you. The Warforged does mention the reference to Shepherds of Time, but that seems to go past this officer on the train who doesn't pay much attention to that. They then take your statements as well. Uh, is anybody saying something different from what the Warforged said? Like what is your version of what happened?
Well, if Pebble is asked, Pebble will say, "I have a funny feeling in my tummy," and then they came and were like, "I can get you," and I was like, "Ah!" And then they started fighting with us, so I killed some. I didn't mean to kill them, but when their bones break, that's just how it goes.
And do you guys know who these men were? Why they wanted to attack you?
Never
I've
before
never
seen in
seen
my
him in my
life.
life.
But they didn't seem the type to back down after being deterred.
That's a dude that shot one in the back as he ran away.
Right. So the Warforged who is explaining this to him was the one who was in the car with you and didn't see that. So that got left out. He knows you like left the train. He mentioned that. But he doesn't actually know that the other guy got shot dead. I mean, this is the human from House Orion says this is very unusual. Like there are brawls on board a train. Sometimes when we're carrying like something especially valuable, thieves might try to hijack the train or steal it. But just to have straight up weapon on weapon combat is very unusual. Did you do anything to upset them? they weren't attacking anybody else, apparently. It was specific to you.
I sneeze glare on them.
That was after the fact.
All right.
I mean, do you know what they meant by saying shepherds of time?
We're not farmers.
Hmm.
I don't know
Well,
what that is.
And Pebble is being completely honest. He does not know what it is.
Who
well, I
knows?
mean, seems as though you potentially, I mean, it seems like they were hostile mostly to you, but who knows what they might have done since I guess they were crazy.
Clearly.
Yep.
Yes.
So he directs the Warforged to take the bodies off the train and deposit them with Orion security. But otherwise, he says he it seems to be pretty straightforward self-defense. So he doesn't necessarily see the need to get any further security involved. If pressed, he will explain that House Orion is entirely within its rights to conduct all of the security operations on its train. He doesn't have to go to the official authorities in passage. And so while he will log a report, uh, he asks for all of your names.
I'm Pebble.
What do the rest of
And
you say?
Puddle mud.
Um, hold on.
I am Elzen.
You, you can
It
call
was
me
a
Bright
pleasure to
Knight.
make your acquaintance.
Do you have a surname?
Nope.
What about you, Mr. Pebble? What is your
What's
full
that?
name?
Pebble?
Just Pebble?
I, I'm, yeah, that's the only name I am. No. What? Well, no, that's not true. I got some other names a while back that this guy that shrunk me real small gave me another name, but I can't remember it.
Jelly Starfish.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Was jelly bean starfish, actually.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, he writes down uh, many aliases.
They call me Tater Salad.
And so he goes back to the front of the train. The Warforged carry the bodies off. And after about 15 minutes after the bodies are taken off the train, the Warforged resumes his position at the front of the train, and the other Warforged get off. And you feel the train begin to move with a jerk. There are probably fewer passengers now, as some people probably doubtlessly have either gotten off the train or decided just, to try to change cars. But you take your seats. The seats are actually quite comfortable as you begin to ride the lightning rail. So anything you're doing during this trip of yours? Because it's going to take you 2.5 days to get to Fort Light.
um, yeah. Let me just read up. So
Is
with
there
our dragon shards, we can't communicate back to our handlers.
No, not directly. There are ways to communicate back to your handlers, but it's more convoluted. There is, I forget the guy's name, I have to look it up, but you have a contact at Moorgrave University that you're supposed to meet with after you go to Black Pit. And you know he can get messages back to the future, but he is essentially your handler now.
Gotcha. All right. Who do you think that group was?
Well, clearly, somebody working against the shepherds.
Yeah,
And
it made me feel good. I still feel kind of weird.
Paelius, you would remember better than anyone that Mr. Wolf mentioned that he once worked for a different group of time travelers
Right.
who he said were even worse than the shepherds.
Yeah, like the shepherds aren't the only ones capable of sending people back. Wolf
Hmm.
himself worked for another organization.
Would Elzen in our discussion about what happened mention that a civilian got hurt? Because I wouldn't have seen it.
Probably would gloss over that given well, which civilian
Which
got hurt?
one
The one
civilian
where
almost got hurt with the sword burst, but she dodged it.
oh, she didn't take any
Yeah.
damage?
No,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, then all right.
Is there a drinking car on this train?
there's a dining car, and you can go there and get refreshments.
Do we have our weapons back?
Yes, they would have returned your weapons. The dining car, as it turns out, is the car just to the north of the one you're in.
Oh, perfect.
Go to the dining car then.
Oh, yeah. I, is it a dining car?
Yes,
See a bunch
it's
of
through the
closed doors.
right. It's through that
Ah, okay.
other door.
Gotcha.
These are restrooms off to the side of where you are.
Gotcha.
And whoever, I don't know who made the train map, but I appreciate that somebody finally remembered that people need bathrooms.
Hmm.
So I didn't put, there are some people in here as well. I didn't bother to put all the tokens in.
Wait, again,
But there are open tables.
It's open.
what's this?
What's what? Sorry, I didn't see where you pinged.
There's just a single big chair up at the very north end.
Right. And that's all it is. It's a chair for larger sized creatures.
Mm,
Well, of
okay.
course, Pebble's gonna sit in it.
Turn down a throne.
He is king of the circus.
Elzin's gonna scoot into one of the seats and just begin relaxing and take a short rest. Or yeah, would suggest relaxing so we could stop and think and kind of ruminate on what to do next with it after this attack.
Yeah. Well, as long as we can speak quietly, apparently we need to be discreet while on the train. We never know when we might encounter somebody.
Yeah, how did they know who we were?
Well,
Wait, they knew who we were? How did they know?
It seemed like the
There's an echo
giveaway.
in here, yes.
It seemed like the tell was when we
The shards
re-
reacted.
Hmm.
And I wonder what caused them to react, though. Was
He started saying something.
Yeah, I think you cut out maybe. You there,
Cut off
Dustin?
entirely.
it's yes, no, you guys cut out.
There
Sorry.
you go.
I
Yeah.
missed the last bit.
We heard you
Yeah,
start to say something.
Oh, I said I said the tell was when the shards reacted. Does anybody remember what if they noticed anything right before that? Like a change in the environment or a particular feeling?
I don't remember such a thing described.
yeah, all you remember is that as you entered the car, you began to feel something and it got more intense the longer you were in the car. So by the time all of you had piled in, you felt this grinding sensation in your necks.
Hmm.
And clearly they were experiencing a similar discomfort.
At what point did that go away?
So it didn't, it's gone away now. It didn't completely go away. Like you could still feel something was going on. Some of you were able to shake off the effect better than others. That's not to say like it was completely gone. It's just, you were pushing your way through it better than other people were. So Pielius reacted a little more negatively to it than Elzin did. But you could still sense it. There was something, and you could also sense that it was something about those guys in particular.
Okay. It's not something in the car, but just them.
Right. And as soon as the bodies were carried away, that's really when it went away.
They must they must have some sort of device that to find other time travelers that connects with our crystals. Or
Or ours were resonating with theirs.
yeah,
I don't know magic well enough to know these things.
Too bad we didn't get to search the bodies.
Do we know where they were sitting? Is their stuff still there?
So you're pretty sure you know where they were sitting since they emerged from one of the little alcoves.
There's a chance some of they may have left something behind.
Did anybody get a count of how many people were reacting in the same way? I
I mean,
was a bit distracted.
yeah, as far as you know, you killed all of them.
There could be more on the train.
Yeah.
And we've seen how inept the security is.
well, if there are more on the train, then we will find them because we will feel them, it seems.
If we get close enough. That does require us to explore this train. Might be easier not to. not
I mean,
draw attention to ourselves.
do we have to? I mean, these seats feel so comfortable. My feet kind of hurt from hitting that guy in the face.
Saw that brick killed a guy.
Yeah, I saw that. You better lay low for a while, Pebble. With a trident, nonetheless.
um,
So, but Paelius heads back and sees um, above in the luggage rack above the alcove where they were sitting in, there are 5 packs. Though there were only 4 guys, there are 5 packs.
okay. There's nobody else sitting there right now, or
No, there's nobody there.
start rummaging through.
So there are several sets of clothes, seemingly mundane. There are 5 hand crossbows and 50 bolts, 5 sets of 10 bolts for the hand crossbows. There are also, uh, just post it.
I think I'll take one of the hand crossbows actually.
That's what you find. In addition to, like, there are also some more mundane equipment. There are, like I said, there are clothes, there's some rope. There's probably like several mess kits and a tent.
Yeah, you know what? So all of the viable stuff, like the hand, I'm just gonna like put one hand crossbow like on a belt for now, some sort of belt hook for it or something. Uh, and I want to try and sort of consolidate these nice items, separating out the unnecessary shit that we already have. Just put it all in one bag. Bring it
So, I
back.
mean, it's right. It's enough stuff that it's hard to stuff it all in one bag. But, uh,
What do we have? A brass flower brooch. That's not very big.
right.
Silver
But,
pendant. How big is this fucking pendant?
right. Like that stuff is all pretty small. I think maybe I'm mistaken. I thought a disguise kit was bigger. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll you know under the arm this the disguise kit. I'll definitely use that. I have proficiency in that.
Roll 20 not very helpful with this stuff. It doesn't give like weights for the mundane equipment. But I imagine a disguise kit is like, a reasonably sized makeup box.
We got
Yeah.
weight 3 pounds.
So like a, like a fishing tackle box size thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a box of like makeup,
Right.
effectively.
So 8 potions in the disguise kit, and the 800 silver pieces takes up some space.
Yeah, yeah, 800. That's a lot.
It's like a little more than a pound of gold and like
All right.
six,
So
7 pounds of silver.
it's like 2 bags
Right.
then.
Oh, and the hand crossbows are still not tiny. They take up space.
Yeah, I only took one.
Backpacks. Right. So that's
Yeah.
why they were carrying this among like all 5 packs that they had. But you can consolidate most of it easily enough.
I just bring it back. I'm like, well, our assailants left us some nice gear. I should say some money and loot.
It would be
Right.
funnier if Paelius came back and said, "Nope, I didn't find anything."
Nope. But
Do not pass go.
you know if any of it's magical?
I will cast detect magic.
So the pendant that has the arcane runes on it, the silver pendant, that's magical, and the potions.
Yeah, obviously the potions here. This pendant has some magical energy on it. If I focus, can I get any schools?
Let me check. It's evocation.
Okay. It'll do something. Best way to find out is to sit and mess with it for a minute.
Best way
I
to
can't.
find out what the evocation is to sit down on a crowded train and mess with it until something happens.
Just be careful.
So yeah, I mean, you can certainly investigate the pendant during this journey
Yeah.
as essential. I will tell you, nothing is actually going to happen before you get to Point Light, unless there are things you guys want to do. I mean, over the course of a couple days, I guess it's inevitable that one of the other passengers, is going to strike up a conversation at some point. Especially in the dining car, people seem to be a little more free about just chit-chatting with other people they meet there. Though for the most part, the conversations are sort of meaningless small talk. But like when people ask you like where you're headed and why you're traveling, what are you guys saying to them?
I'm saying buy me a drink and I'll tell you.
I mean, eventually you'd meet somebody who would buy you the drink.
Say we're on a super important mission. We're going to save the world. I'll play it up. Make it up, but just like making shit up though. Like,
So some of them take it more seriously than others. Most of the people who are traveling are either it's all pretty much mundane reasons. Several of them are traveling on business. Some of them are government officials who are off to visit with someone or other, and a lot of people off to meet family. So is there anything anybody needs to do?
I don't think Alzin's going to be doing anything particular.
Getting drinks, trying out their food.
Uh, Pebble will probably pester a whole bunch of people, asking them really inappropriate questions and talking about his amazing friends Elsie, Paeli, and Lily.
So what sort of questions are you asking? What counts as inappropriate for this purpose?
Uh, what's that smell? Where'd you get that? Can I have some?
So, Paelius, as you're investigating the locket, it takes probably a while, but eventually, as you're playing with it, you hear a voice in your head asking for you to report.
Um, uh, Everything's fine here. How are you?
How are you?
Uh,
Boring conversation anyway.
yeah, after a minute, you hear, "Who is this?"
Um, I just like I hand the pendant to Lee. I'm like, hey, can you break this?
Why do we want to break it?
It's a communication device.
It may come in handy.
They're asking questions now.
Uh, well then just say that you've come upon it, that somebody's lost it and you would like to return it. Where do you wish to return it to? Does it have anything on there that says if found, return?
Everything that's on there is just sort of arcane sigils.
Okay.
I'm
Just say that somebody has
yeah,
dropped it and you found it.
yeah. That seems like a good idea to me. Good enough idea. Like, yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to examine this thing. I found it on the ground. Do you need me to return this somewhere?
No, you don't need to return it. Make me a dexterity save.
Oh my God, really? Yeah,
Bleh.
I'll use an action point just to be sure. Jesus.
One better.
So you will only take half of this. As electricity begins to shoot through this pendant. Oops, sorry. You take 9 lightning damage as the pendant melts.
All right.
So it is no longer worth 25 gold pieces. It is worth 1 silver piece, which is about as much silver as was in it.
Okay, well, that solves
Perhaps that
that.
answers our question for us.
Hmm.
And you see people around you. I mean, it is an obvious effect where there are like little arcs of electricity coming off of it. So people around you once again notice that this happens as the thing melts. People come over and ask if you're okay.
Um, yeah. Uh, I don't think I would try and ham this one up necessarily. So I'm fine.
A little
Nothing
boy
to.
comes up to Pebble and asks if he's the king of his people.
No, I'm not a king. Why would you ask that?
You're wearing a crown.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I was king of the circus. It was pretty cool. I got to ride elephant, a giant dog, and fly in a bubble. There's all kinds of things. There's a lot of glass breaking too. That wasn't so fun. Do you want to try on the crown?
Can I?
Yeah, yeah.
So he puts the crown on and begins to march up and down the aisles. Begins to order his parents around.
Immediately gone to his head.
His parents refuse to buy him ice cream in the dining car. He orders the Warforged to kill them.
They do.
Yeah. That would be weird if the Warforged obeyed.
Authority recognized. Executing order.
Right.
Cute.
Eventually, though, the
66.
the parents ask him to return the crown, and he does.
Oh, thanks. I forgot you had that.
So 2 days pass, and on the morning of the third day, you arrive in Fort Light, which is where your ticket says you are to get off.
Well, it seems we're here. We'll use a stretch of the legs. Does anyone know
Gotta,
where we're heading in Fort Light?
well, we need to, from Fort Knights, start trekking towards the Black Pit, yes? Or the Black Caps. That's where we were going, right? Black Pit?
Yep. Yeah, again, what you would know, like Black Pit is actually, there is the Black Pit, which is actually a giant hole in the ground that some people say leads to Khyber itself. But then there is also the village of Black Pit, which is a town of mostly ne'er-do-wells. At least that's the information you have. That is on the edge of this enormous hole in the ground. Mostly the people who go to Black Pit, like there are definitely some inhabitants who are there from Drome because it's a place that accepts misfits a little more readily than others. A lot of them are people who are hiding and on the lam from authorities uh, in Breland and in other countries. A lot of scum and villainy winds up going to Black Pit because it's essentially kind of a lawless town at the edge of the Black Caps. You would also know that in the Black Caps, at least, there's some mining specifically for Kyber crystals, for Kyber dragon shards, uh, which is unfortunately Kyber crystals is Star Wars and Kyber dragon shards is Eberron. So I'm definitely going to get that wrong a lot.
Build a Death
I
Star.
mean, we know what you mean.
Yeah. But as you get off the train, you could see that there are people shouting for people who want to join caravans, people who want to perform guard duty. Fort Light seems to be abuzz with activity. And you notice that several of the people shouting for caravans are asking for caravan hands who are going to Black Pit.
Hmm. Well, I'm not saying we should do that, but it is an easy way to get paid while going to our destination. I just don't really want to help with the cart.
So everybody make me an insight check. So Lee and Pielius, you would all notice there seemed to be an unusual number. I mean, given that Black Pit is a town with, or a village with maybe a couple hundred people total, there are a lot of caravans that are headed for Black Pit.
Indeed.
In fact, there are probably like within eyesight, if you count everybody who they're recruiting to go in these caravans, like 100 people that are trying to find enough hands to help them travel to Black Pit. And as far as you know, that's like more than, or that's a good chunk of the population of the town, of the village of Black Pit.
Must be a reason. I'll go up to one of these people calling out. And why is everyone trying to get to Black Pit?
Well, recent trade in Black Pit, the Kundarak family setting up mines there. It's becoming a big hub. They built a keep. They've got research going on there. A lot of demand for supplies in Black Pit right now.
Interesting. Thank you.
And you would know Kundarak is the House of Warding family, dwarves.
Hmm.
Mostly money lenders, not entirely money lenders. They also do security work. But yeah, this guy looks and says, "You look like maybe not so much a caravan hand. Are you combat oriented?" They can always use mercenaries there. They're constantly hiring mercenaries, mostly House Deneath, but an independent person could find a job there if he wanted to.
Mhm.
Well, might end up
We'll
doing
keep.
something along those lines, I suppose.
I mean, I'm sure you can find one of the Deneath recruiters around here. I think it's mostly like security and guard duty, because somebody's got to guard all these supplies we're carrying there.
Hmm. We'll look into it. Thank you.
So he goes on, still looking for people who want to do caravan duty. You gather from what you can see that all of these, there's so many caravans moving at once that everybody is a little short-staffed.
Well, could travel with a group.
So does anybody need to buy anything before you leave Fort Light? Do you have
Mm,
like food, provisions?
We'll probably want to stock up. That's a good point. Um,
Fish. Any fish?
do we
Beer?
do we know how many days it'll be to Black Pit?
Let's can sort of figure it out. Let's see. So there is a stop in Cragwar along the way, which is a somewhat bigger town than Black Pit. So it's probably going to take you about 12 to 13 days to make it there on foot.
Hmm.
How about on caravan?
They're not going to be moving that. Like some of the people in any caravan are also going to be on foot. It's
Yeah.
a bit to the extent that you're riding on a cart and you would be riding on a cart part of the way. Um, it makes it a little bit less tiring.
Oh, okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I think we can go faster than a caravan. More people involved, the slower you move.
Yeah, we don't need that many people.
It seems like there will be plenty of people on the road, so we are likely to encounter lots of people.
Oh, let's
Maybe,
let's.
maybe even find some form of, you know, pop-up caravanserai. It's a place to sleep for a night or
Oh,
two.
but what about food? We could carry all the food.
We can get our own cart. Still be a lot faster than a whole caravan. Well,
I think that's the move. Is to procure a cart and just load our supplies onto it and use that. We should hopefully be able to reach Black Pit without too much trouble, or at least our cart should do fine.
I'll probably
But
buy a few more rations. We estimate how long? Maybe 2-ish weeks, a little more than maybe.
yeah, maybe a little less. As you're having this conversation, you see a relatively small human woman is also calling around for help, asking for an escort to Black Pit. She appears to be very well dressed. And you would notice she sort of prominently has a House Cannith symbol emblazoned on her vest. She looks a little bit lost. So, but she gets lost amidst she is essentially just almost like the caravan people looking for assistance. And you do eventually see someone else who's clearly House Deneath saying that there's an opportunity for mercenaries. So apparently there are all sorts of people who are looking to go to Black Pit, not just caravans.
We have our work cut out for us.
Uh, my memory is real bad. We're trying to go there for what was our what were we told about
So
going there?
you were told that there is a group called the Aurum that
Hmm.
essentially are like powerful families, not just Dragon Mark families. So some of them are Dragon Mark families who essentially are trying to control the politics of this period behind the scenes. A lot of the rumors from this time say that that they are essentially in control of a lot of governments and really do pull the strings behind the scenes. You know that there are three sort of levels to the Aurum. The they're all called Concords. There's the copper Concord, the silver Concord, the gold Concord. Actually, that's true. There's also a platinum Concord. Uh, and so these sort of powerful families essentially vie for power and try to control things. You were told that there was some sort of event that involved the Aurum in Black Pit that's going to happen in about 3 weeks. And in the aftermath of that, there were reports of a green mist from which monsters were emerging in the region around Black Pit, possibly in Black Pit. And the descriptions from the records that you found sounded very much like the bite.
Okay.
So you were told to go and essentially just observe, figure out what was going on, not necessarily to prevent it from happening, since that might leave no record for the future to find. but then to report what you find back to your contact in Sharn.
Might be that we get there and need to set up some jobs while we can scope the place out.
What do you mean set up some jobs?
Blend in. You exist there. Be eyes. We're supposed to be looking out for something happening. Try and get ourselves into places where we can perhaps find privileged information.
Hmm.
Finding work for the people who are in charge might be a path there. We have to get there first. But
That makes sense to me.
perhaps finding one of these recruiters who are trying to recruit people to work there could get us better access. Shall we?
Yes.
Let's go. I trust you, so whatever you say is good, we're doing. That's good.
That's a good boy.
So what are you doing next?
So there were, you said, recruiters for guards there, or
Right. There is a House Beneath recruiter who is saying that if you have an interest in mercenary work, that he is hiring guards to travel to Black Pit and do work there. Then there was that human woman. So the caravans, I would say you would be able to figure out pretty quickly that that is mostly you guard the caravans on the way there, and then
yeah,
you all come back. So there's probably not work there for the caravan people other than unloading whatever's in the caravan.
got it.
Uh, the guy from Beneath he is promising work in Black Pit. You're not sure what the human Caneth woman is looking for.
I imagine at some point Pebble is just gonna wander off and cross paths with that Kenneth woman and be like,
Oh, hi. That's a weird thing you got on you. What's that?
pointing at the symbol of their house.
This is a sigil of House Caneth. I'm a member
Ooh, is that
member
a
of
big
the house.
house?
It's quite a big house, very well regarded.
You allow your family members to stay in the house?
Yes. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm going to be letting them down as I don't feel comfortable making this journey by myself, but I can't find anyone to accompany me.
Oh no. You can't let down your family. Family's too important.
Yeah, I probably am going to have to set off on my own. I'll probably follow one of the caravans and hope that
No,
they
no,
take
no, no,
pity on.
no. Don't do that. Yeah, let me go introduce you to some of my friends. They're the best people in the whole wide world. There's Lily, and there's Peony, and there's Esty. And they're so cool. Come on, you can come with us. I think we're going the same way.
You're headed in the direction of Black Pit?
That's it. That's the name of the place that they keep saying.
Very well, let's go meet your friends.
Okay.
And then he'll
Hey guys, check this out. This is the person I just met. I just realized I didn't get your name.
My name is Lita Kenneth. What's your name?
Lita, Li- Li- Lita. How do you say it?
Lita.
Lita. I'm Pebble.
I am Melzen de Galandra.
And she straightens up at that, seemingly impressed that she's meeting somebody who is apparently dragon marked, although she can't obviously see your mark. Well, it's certainly a pleasure to meet you. Your friend, Pebble, says that you're going to Black Pit.
That is correct. We have business that takes us there. I presume you are heading the same way.
Yes, I also have business there. I'm to be a research assistant for a member of House Cannith, one who I've never actually heard of, so I don't know necessarily what sort of work he needs me to do. But I'm an expert on various sorts of odd varieties of Kyber dragon shards, and apparently there's work to be done on dragon shards there. I assume related to mining. I'm told, a new find of dragon shards in the area, but I'll find out when I get there. Unfortunately, I've had no luck in hiring anyone to help me get there, and I am not much of a fighter. I am really just a scholar. Would it be okay if I travel with you?
Guys, we gotta come with. She said she was gonna let down her family if she didn't go. It's not sad. We can't let her be sad. We can't let her family be sad.
That's it. First off, they'll be fine if they're sad for a little bit.
How do you know?
Can can you fight? I look to the lady.
No, I'm sorry, but I would be useless in actual combat. I can pay you for your time, though, if you'll help me get there.
You are of House Cannith.
Kenneth.
What do I know of House Cannith? What are they famous
So,
for?
so they're most famous for the mark of making. Given her, you would know, given her name, she is almost certainly not marked.
Yeah,
Just a member of the house. They're the house that made the Warforged and ultimately destroyed Sire.
yeah.
They also made, they made weapons of war during the last war. That's mostly what they're known for. But they make all sorts of things. It's a house of artificers and scholars.
Yeah. Well, listen, we can get money at from anywhere, but payment of other kind is always more interesting.
What other kind of payment?
I I don't know what you have or
Um,
are capable.
other other than coin, I mean, if you're interested in the lore related to Kyber dragon shards, I know quite a bit about them. I've studied them for the past 10 years, but other than my scholarship, I'm afraid I don't have much more than money to offer you. But if you're headed that way in any event, why not take the money? I promise not to slow you down.
I believe you,
I mean, I think that is a fair arrangement.
but I believe we may be still be interested in your research regarding the crystals. You have a you could say passing interest in them.
In your conducting a little bit more.
I mean, I'm happy to tell you whatever you want to know about the dragon shards.
Beautiful.
Well, do you know what anything about what types of dragon shards have been found there and what that hash could mean?
Well, Black Pit is well known for its mines of Kyber dragon shards. They do tend to run dry relatively quickly, but they're so valuable that people are very consistently looking for dragon shards there. Apparently, Deleuze de Kundarak, who has set up shop there, has found a relatively rich mine of them, as it's been rich enough that apparently he's built a keep in Black Pit in the past year and has been building up an infrastructure to continue mining them. I don't know why, but he's also hired an abnormally large number of researchers from various universities around the around Corvair, all sorts of fields, mathematics, physics, engineering, and of course, dragon shards.
Of course.
I'm not exactly
Hmm.
sure. I could see why he would need my expertise if he's mining dragon shards. There are any number of ways I can be useful. It is curious that he's bringing in experts from so many fields, though. Perhaps he's just a bit of a scholar himself. I don't know much about him. And there's also the business of this mysterious member of House Cannith that, as far as I can tell, nobody's ever really heard of before, or at least I couldn't find much information about him. It is a big house. It's entirely possible he's some minor member, so I was unable to come up with anything interesting related to him. Odd only in that they claim his name is Abelard de Cannith, suggesting that he's marked. And yet there was not much information. I'm sure I'll find out more when I get there, since we're a member of the same family.
Hmm.
What about you, a member of House Galandra? Why are you traveling to Black Pit?
Well, my companions and I are hmm.
It's not like it has a good reputation. Maybe improving now that there's a research center being built there. I'm told there's not much of an inn. Are you looking at setting up an inn?
Well, if there's a research center, there's certainly a need to for hosting services, inns and talent, uh, entertainment, and House Calandra would be interested in such ventures. So I'm going to scout it out and see what there is to work with, whether there's a place we can purchase or whether we need to rely on new construction.
Well, from looking into it myself, as far as I know, there's only one inn there per se. The Endless Pit, I believe it's called. Not very big, not big enough for the number of people that seem to be being brought in by Deleuze de Kundarak. But he's also built housing, I'm told, in addition to his own little keep for his own use. Apparently, he's built new buildings for miners. I'm very excited to figure out what this research is, given the talent he's brought in. Probably must be very interesting since he's managed to lure some people in who otherwise could have very easily just continued on in their university positions.
It must be big and also quite secretive if if the
There are at
details
least
are forthcoming.
there are at least a couple dozen researchers there who are notable enough for me to have heard of them.
What are their fields?
As I said, it's engineering, mathematics, physics, several other Dragon Shard experts, not just Kyber, which that's a little bit unusual too, as why there would be Eberron and Sybaris experts in a region where you would never expect to find Eberron or Sybaris shards, I don't know. Um, like I said, perhaps he's just a bit of a scholar himself, but he's spending certainly a lot of money to get these experts all in one place. And he certainly could have set this up in a more hospitable area than Black Pit. So it must be important to him to be near the mines.
You ever consider perhaps he is gathering the world's experts on things and hmm, maybe I shouldn't say.
She starts to look a little worried at that and says, well, what were you going to say? What is so sensitive? I mean, it's just a group of scholars.
Perhaps it's a hit job.
What is a hit job? I
Maybe
wouldn't
he
imagine any
intends
of us.
maybe he
Wouldn't
intends
imagine
to
any
kill
of
you
us.
all.
She laughs at that. Why
Yeah,
would anyone want to kill a bunch of scholars?
you're right. Maybe it's nothing. That's why I said I shouldn't have said.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know what any of the scholars are doing there. Um, so it's not like I have direct contact with any of them myself, but they're not so notable. He's not killing all of the top scholars, but well
Sure.
respected ones, I suppose. And like I said, the main researcher, as far as I know, is Abelard Decaneth, a member of my house that I myself couldn't find anything on. So, despite his mark, must not be of very much note.
Hmm.
But I can only hope he is. They are offering me quite a bit of money once I get there.
Yeah. Do you think it's he's making that much money off of what he's found there?
Depends. Kyber shards are valuable commodities. He could be making enough money to pay for it all off of what he's found. I suppose I'll see when I get there what the yield of the mine is. It must be pretty high since it's not inexpensive to build a keep
Indeed. Well,
or to build out the infrastructure of this otherwise backwater town. And there are a lot of Deneath soldiers going there to guard all of his supplies. But it is a town that's kind of known for having a lot of criminals. So I suppose anything valuable needs guarding in a place like that. Not the least of which is whatever's coming out of his mine.
Yeah.
So when were you thinking about leaving to go there?
We were just making preparations now.
what time is it? What time did we get here?
It was morning when you got here. So it's at this point probably around 11 in the morning.
Yeah, I think we get a few more supplies and perhaps head out.
Very well. On to the matter of your payment. I'm happy to pay you 10 gold a day.
Hmm.
It's a long time. It is a bit of a
Assuming we make it there in 2 weeks, I can afford to pay you 140 gold. I'd have to pay you half when I get there, but my bonus for turning up is substantial, so I can afford it. And
You
I'll pay
hear
you
Pebble say, "That sounds like a lot," as he's clearly distracted with something else. Looks like he might be chasing around a grasshopper.
Don't listen to him. Pebble doesn't have the Pebble doesn't have the same concept of money as one typically expects.
And she turns to Pebble and says, "Can I ask, what species are you? I've never encountered one of your kind before."
Where's the species?
Um, so I'm human, and your friend here is a drow, and Elzen de Galandra is a halfling, and your other friend is an Aarakocra.
Oh, okay. I know it. I'm a Pengal.
I see. And where are you from originally?
Frostfell.
Wow. I didn't know there was a species living up that far north. I suppose I
Oh
can see
yeah.
there is the layer of ice on you, so you must be relatively well adapted to the cold.
Sure. But there's lots of things over there. There's the Goliaths and there's dwarves and there's some other things too.
I
Other
was aware
things?
I have heard of some dwarves in the Frostvale, although not my area of expertise, things living quite that far north. I was unaware that there were Goliath up there, but that's interesting. So what brings you this far south? Do you feel hot while you're down here?
No, I'm freezing.
He's always cold. That's his secret.
So aren't you especially cold when you're up in the Frostvale?
No.
Hmm, interesting. Perhaps your species has a way of maintaining a kind of homeostasis.
Oh no, it's a curse.
It's just
All,
what?
Uh, it's a
It's
curse,
it's a
he said.
curse.
Oh,
It's a me, Mario. I, I'm I'm positive it isn't contagious.
No. But so that the what the story is that all Pengals carry the curse. This curse, it it's the reason that all of us are born with ice in our chest and over our heart, and why we always feel so cold. And so we try to keep ourselves warm with bonds of friendship and community. And we just try to make people happy and just try to be all good and merry and treat each other right. And we have to keep going because as long as there are Bengals, then and we carry this curse, then there's a great evil in the fossil that can't get out. Because that is the thing that helps us to know that even though we're always cold, we're cold for a reason. And that reason is to keep the world safe.
That's fascinating. And you believe this curse is real. It's not just a legend.
It's real.
I mean, obviously the
Why would I be born with and this ice and always be cold? I can't ever be warm, even in a fire. It's just I'm always freezing, and it doesn't feel good. But that's why I have such good friends around me, so that I don't have to think about the cold.
yeah, I agree that the ice is probably magical in nature. So it could very well be a curse. I don't dispute that. But then everyone has their legends and mythology as well.
All we
Those are
know is that
words
he
that sound interesting.
he just
Which words?
The ones that I don't know.
So what is the nature of this evil that you keep at bay?
I don't know. I think I think it's the thing that will destroy the world. It'll make the whole world cold.
Well, and I'm glad there are Pengals there to defend us.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Capable
It is cold.
capable of kumbayaing their problems away. Come together in friendship.
Yeah,
That's all fine.
because friendship is the best kind of warmth.
Interesting.
So any mundane equipment that you want to buy, you can pretty easily get in Fort Light. Um, a lot of it is being bought up by the caravans, but there's enough
Yeah.
to go around to get rations and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I bought a few more rations.
Actually, let's take a 5-minute break and I'll be back.
Oh.
Quick question about the way the shards work in our communication. Is it do we still have to speak aloud, or can it be like thought at? You muted.
It's like the message spell, so you have to whisper.
Gotcha. Okay.
So she goes and fetches a horse. Seems like it's a relatively fine animal with fairly expensive barding. Very ornate saddlebags that also have the House Cannith mark on them. But otherwise, she appears to be ready to go. She has provisions enough. And she pays you 70 gold.
I want to buy a bag of ball bearings, some caltrops, and a signal whistle.
Okay.
Wait, we can get a horse? How much is a horse?
So she doesn't know what a horse would cost here, as she didn't buy it here.
It's probably going to be expensive here if they're all getting bought up right now. Who knows? Can always look.
But yeah, but you could look for a stable to try to buy a horse.
A friend that can ride? I can't find one.
Yeah,
Not
I would certainly go or recommend going to look. I don't imagine I don't think I can quite afford one. Or no, wait, I didn't split up the money. It was 60 gold pieces in that
And
and
800
800,
silver.
Yeah.
So 80 gold
80
pieces
gold
of silver.
worth. Yeah.
And she just gave you 70.
depending on how much the horse is, we could probably afford one. I mean, unless we all have horses, we're not going to be able to move any faster because
Right.
or unless we're all able to ride. Though
Yeah.
it
So
would
how much are the horses? When we go
So
and check.
the horses are, subject to haggling about twice as much as you would expect from the PHB. So a draft horse is about 100 gold. A riding horse, like the sort that she has, would be it's a faster animal, uh, but it's also about 150 gold.
Mm,
That
Pebble
said,
said,
a functioning cart also would be significantly more expensive than normal. So there, you'd have to pay like 50 gold to get a cart. And
with
that would require a draft horse to pull it,
um,
well,
or a pony or donkey or something else.
with regards to the riding horse, Pebble goes, take my money.
uh,
I don't imagine Pebble would really haggle.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to see about splitting this money that we've gotten so far. It equates
So,
to roughly 210 gold pieces total.
I mean, there's also those items you found.
Indeed.
But yeah, Pebble buys a horse. The guy maybe looks a uh little disappointed that he started at 150, given how fast Pebble agreed to pay it.
Oh, Pebble definitely gave him like 160. He's not good with the counting.
Yeah, so this guy actually, he counts through it and he says, well, sir, you overpaid me slightly. So, and he pushes 10 gold back to you.
Oh, sorry about that. Thank you. Hey guys, check it out. I got a horsey. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna name you, horsey. That's a pretty horse. That's a pretty horsey.
And he's just petting it.
Yes, it is a fine beast. I suppose we'll need to get a draft horse as well.
Just a horse and some bags and can just move.
No cart.
Unless we're all riding on the cart. Besides Bubble. Or unless somebody else is going to get a horse.
Well, I'm fine with walking, though I'm not as fast a walker as the rest
Well,
of you.
you're small enough that it might not matter if you're in the cart. If
That is,
I'm also
that is
relatively small. How how much for the horse and cart?
You could get, so a horse and cart are about 152 or 150 also, not specifically 152.
I say that's preposterous. I'll give you no more than 90.
So make me a persuasion check.
Oh my god.
Uh,
You got
you have to
action
under,
points.
Yeah, I know. You know what?
didn't you use your action point on a dexterity save with the
Yeah, how many do I get?
one?
Oh, if I only got the one, then I've used it.
So it's half your proficiency bonus rounded up.
Right.
I can't. You have to understand, these things are in high demand right now. I'm probably going to sell out of horses as a result of everything going on in Black Pit. So 90 is a little bit absurd. I could just hold on to it for another day and probably sell the same animal in cart for more than that. I can come down a little bit. I'll sell you them both for 140.
It's still preposterous. 130.
Maybe another persuasion check. He reluctantly agrees to that. He'll let you take it for 130.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, I just imagine Pebbles like, "Come on, horse," and just walks away.
Yeah.
Well, he specifically got it to write it.
Well,
I thought
but
he got it
also to
for
be his
as be a
friend.
friend.
A friend he could ride, he said, like the dog. Yeah, I looked at Elza. I'm like, well, I'm not paying for the whole thing.
Pitch in half.
So that'll be 65.
What's Pebble going to name his horse?
Hmm. I'm thinking either. So I was like, should I name you Ziggy or Goopy?
I like
I-
Ziggy for what it's
yeah,
worth.
Ziggy?
Yes. It has a zag to it.
Ziggy. Okay. From now on, I will call you Ziggy. I love you, Ziggy.
Elzen will go up and kind of inspect the horse and groom it, having done many of that during throughout his life, taking care of different parts of the states.
Lee will go up to Paelius and say, "You're going to have to deal with him when this horse is brutally murdered."
Yeah, Lita points out that in addition to your own provisions, you're probably going to want to buy some feed for the horse, as maybe it can
Yep.
graze here, but Black Pit's kind of notorious for being arid and not having a lot of vegetation, especially since it's winter.
Oh, yeah, Ziggy needs to eat too. Where can I get stuff for Ziggy?
So there, next to the stables, there is a place that sells feed. It's basically, again, a little bit in high demand, so they're charging a silver piece per day. Lita figures you might need, depends on, she doesn't know the conditions in every location from here to Black Pit, but she would guess you might need, of the 14 days it could take you to get there, maybe as much as 7 days worth of feed. So 7 silver. And if you want like saddlebags, that's extra too.
All right. Uh,
Saddlebags are 8 gold. The horse comes with a like, rudimentary saddle, but not saddlebags.
all right. I'll get 10 days of feed, and then the saddlebag is how much?
8 gold.
Okay.
So it's a silver. How much silver per day of feed again?
It's 1 silver per day. It's also 10 pounds per day. So it's good that
Right.
you got that cart.
Yeah. Um, so that they would say that would cost 10 silver. I mean, that's preposterous. I'll give you no more than 6.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ay, ay, ay.
He
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 starts
looks
going
at
on the
you.
spiel like, yeah, 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 yeah. Here's 10.
Yeah. He looks at you and says, 15, 15 gold now.
I look at him like, do not test me. I will give you 10.
So you give him 10 and he gives you 10 days worth of feed.
Um, it, so they from the gold and silver from before, I think everybody gets 32 gold pieces.
All right.
And we have 4 people, right?
Yes.
So
So Pavel gets an additional 32 gold pieces.
yeah. And then yeah, and then there was a lot of silver, so it would be 200 silver we get as well.
Okay.
And then we have a couple of items that can be sold or used as well.
I'm gonna buy additional rations and put them on the cart.
You also have those 4 climbing potions.
Right. Four. If anybody else wants one, we can all get one. Potion of climbing.
Sorry, 5. Everybody could get one. And then 3
Okay.
potions of healing.
Potion of climbing for everybody it is.
I will refrain from the potion of healing.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So anything else anybody needs?
What's our water situation?
I don't know. How much water do you have? Once again, she expects you'll be able to kind of get water from natural sources along the way for at least half the journey, but the second week as things get more arid, you also there is also Cragmore. You're going to pass right by Cragmore on your way there, so it might not be that you need to carry every possible thing until you get there. Though who knows what the prices will be once you get to Cragmore. Uh, After you get past Cragmore, though, like when you really start getting into the hills around the Blackcap Mountains, it may be harder to find sources of fresh water. And then doubly so when you get closer to Black Pit itself, she expects just because of the mining operations, even if you can find water, it's probably going to be relatively polluted.
Mm.
So it sounds like we just need to get us enough or take enough to get us to Crag War.
So you probably won't need any to get to Cragwar, just because it's the terrain between here and there is there's probably going to be enough sources of fresh water there.
Right.
Right. Afterwards, like you'll need a gallon a day for each of you. And maybe you only need 6 days worth when you actually get there. Uh, though it is 4 gallons a day for the horses.
Looks like we're buying a barrel.
Right. That actually might be the smart thing is buy a barrel of water in Cragwar, if not here.
Well, definitely, but we'll buy it here.
So you buy everything you need, and you begin to set off. The trip to Black Pit is relatively uneventful. You do occasionally cross paths with caravans that are coming back from Black Pit. So I don't know if you want to interact with them, but otherwise they're eager to get on their way, and so not necessarily looking to stop and chit chat. But you do pass a couple of them that are just sort of resting by the side of the road temporarily. Not that it doesn't seem as though there's anybody especially important there. These are essentially teamsters who carried stuff there and are now headed back with empty carts.
Hmm.
I'm not sure what I would ask them.
So you continue on your way. As you approach Blackkeep, somebody roll me a d12.
Got you.
So you're probably about 20 miles, which is the better part of a day's journey there. Uh, and as you bed down for the night with one day to go, let's see. So Pielius, you're the only one who would notice this. But as everybody is sleeping, you are in your trance, in your reverie, running through your memories of the day, and you notice these black shapes hovering over everybody, like an inch or two above their bodies, but clearly separated from them. They appear to be sort of roughly humanoid, like not distinctly humanoid, but almost like cloudy black figures that are in the rough shape of a human hovering over them.
Like, because like they're laying down. Are the humanoid shaped things apparently standing, or are they like hovering
Yeah,
parallel with
they're
them?
they're hovering parallel with them.
Ah, extra creepy. Cool. Um, I see this in my reverie. What if I then come out of it? Are they still there?
Yeah, you still see them.
Um, cool, cool. I'll throw a dagger through one.
So the which person are you? Whose black shape are you throwing it at? There's Lita and each of your three companions all have this going on.
Or I guess
You're the
I'll
you're the
look
only
up.
one who didn't. You look up?
Yeah, to make sure there's not one like above me.
No, you don't see one around you.
Um, yeah, I guess who's the? I'll do it over the one over Lee.
So you
Uh,
throw your dagger through this thing and you see it begin to dissipate. I didn't see what you rolled. Oh,
Roll to
good.
hit.
Good. Yeah, it wasn't hard to hit. I mean, it's not moving. And your dagger does seem to pass through the thing, but it completely disperses at that point. And you see the look on Lee's face changes completely. Lee looks like he was maybe having a bad dream, but then it
Hmm.
passes and he seems to relax. The other three seem to be having bad dreams still.
I will I will approach each one and sort of swipe at this cloud.
And they all dissipate.
Um, I guess I'll just sort of peer into the woods, make sure nothing is out there that I can see that might be trying to do anything to us.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see anything. So, and where you are, they're not so much woods anymore. You are at the sort of foothills to the Black Cap Mountains.
Got
So,
it.
as Lita suggested, it's pretty arid. It is maybe not quite desert, but it's getting into like low rainfall areas. So it's mostly like scrub around this area, more so than like trees. There are occasional trees,
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
but
Um,
the rest of the night passes, and it doesn't seem as though they come back. Though someone roll me another D12.
what does that mean? Is that good?
Uh, so as you begin to move, all of you begin to feel as though you're being watched.
I I would in the morning inform them that I saw what I saw and what I removed from around up above them.
Lita would chime in to say, I was having a nightmare at some point, I think. That's disturbing that there was a physical manifestation to my unfortunately unpleasant dreams.
Has has Elza ever heard of a creature that would do this?
Um, so make me an Arcana check or a history check.
Um, it doesn't matter. No.
Nope.
Hmm.
I mean, Lita would chime in to say, I mean, I wouldn't expect it would be something related to the quarry, but bad dreams are obviously the provenance of Dalcor. Still, it seems unusual that there would be a physical manifestation for bad dreams, Dalcor or not.
Yes, it has me stumped.
And she then looks around, though I have to say, I do feel as though I'm being watched.
I'm gonna cast detect magic. So just have a look around.
So, looking around, it's an unusual feeling for you to cast it at this time because you realize that you feel like there's magic all around you in every direction, just spread evenly throughout the air. It's not particularly powerful, and you're getting the sense of it being evocation magic, but it's not localized in any particular place.
Right.
And it's throughout the entire radius of the spell. It's evenly spread through every square inch of this place.
Hmm. Evocation, huh?
Yep.
Like a almost feels like a layer effect.
Hmm.
Evocation isn't normally the purview of uh, far seeing. I may not be a wizard, but I know that much.
Well, if that's the case, then I doubt there's little we could do.
Be vigilant.
Still, if there's some sort of creature in the area, it's possible we're caught in some effect that it's generating. But I agree, it would be more likely divination if this magic was directly responsible for it watching us. Also, she looks up at the sky and notices that it's completely overcast, just dark gray clouds hanging above you, making it an unusually dark day. And she says that that's a little odd for Black Pit because it's so arid, you wouldn't normally expect such heavy cloud cover. Though they do occasionally have intense storms, it's relatively rare and it's usually in the summer. It's possible one of those storms out of season just happens to be forming.
Summoning storm might be evocation.
Possibly, if somebody's, it could also be transmutation, though, or conjuration if it's pulling the clouds out of nothingness.
Hmm.
Either way, only thing left to do is move on.
So you set off again. You ride for about 12 hours. Uh, when Pebble, you notice behind you, uh, two Pengal arms come out and wrap around you, hugging you. And you hear your father's voice saying,
Ah,
why did you buy a horse? It seems like a waste of money.
the
Money's important to
friends.
me. Right,
The,
but you don't buy friends. That's that's awful. You shouldn't buy your friends. You should just make friends.
you don't know what you're talking about. I gotta get places, and he's soft, and I give him a name, and he is Ziggy, and he is awesome, and he likes when I ride on him
How do you know? He can't.
because he
He probably had friends back where you bought him. And you took him away from all of his friends. He probably had family.
he has more friends over here. There are other horses.
Just, I only see these two other horses. He had a whole stable of friends.
Dad, why are you doing this?
I'm just saying, why did you take this horse away from all of his friends? You all, by the way, see and hear this. There's just another Pengal with you now.
No, Dad, I am not going to take this anymore. You need to stop being such a meanie. You always were such a meanie. You let the cold get to you. You can't let the cold get to you.
Yeah, but you make weird decisions. Why do you always do these weird things?
You taught me the weird things.
I would never tell you to buy a horse, so take him away from all his friends.
You never even seen the horse. There's no horses ever where we come from.
But I mean, just in general, you don't take someone away from their friends.
But he's making new friends and he gets to see more places. And he gets to make more friends.
Poor
Yeah.
Ziggy. I feel so
Hey.
bad for Ziggy.
Hey, Pebble.
Well, I don't feel bad for Ziggy.
Hey,
Ziggy is my friend, and he likes being my friend, and he got other friends, and I got Lily, and I got Pieri, and I got Elsie.
hey, Pebble.
Huh?
Where did this gentleman come from?
Oh, just my dad.
No, that's fine. I asked where he did he come from?
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
I expect the
Where did you come from?
I expect to talk about birds and
I,
the bees now.
What do you mean?
I
I came from
yeah,
an egg. We all come from eggs.
wait,
Hmm.
no, you die.
What? No. Uh, maybe. Huh. That's weird.
Oh, you died.
I'm not sure that's correct. That doesn't sound right.
I, I mean, then what happened? Because you're here now, so I guess you're not dead. But you were dead, or
Wait,
we
if,
thought you were dead.
if I died, how did I die? If I died, how can I be here? Where are we? He starts looking around.
The better
There's
question is, how did you
there's
get here?
no snow at all.
You
You shouldn't even exist.
you you got sick and you died.
I don't remember that, but I forget a lot of things.
Yeah, me too. But I did forget that.
I feel like I wouldn't forget dying.
That seems like a weird thing to forget.
You don't remember being born.
That's true. We don't remember being born. I don't remember hatching. What? But I must have hatched, right, Dad?
I don't know. I guess. I mean, I know you hatched, but I guess every Bengal hatched. That doesn't mean maybe there's not some unusual Bengal, though.
Maybe some penguins don't hatch, but I think we
Uh,
did.
I think by the standards of evolution, every penguin must hatch.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. He's a strange one. You make some strange friends.
Yeah, but they're fun. And they saved my life a couple of times, and I saved theirs.
Still a little concerned as to how this gentleman suddenly appeared here. By all rights, he shouldn't even be alive yet.
Yet?
I did. I don't like him.
No, he's good. He's my best friend.
Those who, yeah, those who I wish to be friends will know that they are.
I don't understand him. He doesn't make any sense to me.
No, the words that he said don't really make any sense. I don't know a lot of words that he says, but I trust him.
I suppose there's that.
Come here, Dad. I want to show you all the other friends I have.
Hold on.
I want,
We should figure this out.
yeah, we'll
Figure this
figure
out.
out by meeting everyone.
When
My
was the
dad
last thing
needs
you
to meet my
remember?
friends.
The last thing I remember is I don't know what the last thing I remember is. I suppose the
What were
last
you?
thing I remember is I was riding on this animal and you said some stuff and I didn't understand what you meant. So I
What were you
decided that
doing
I didn't.
before you were riding the animal?
I was I was having a fight with Pebble. Pebble was being difficult as usual, and I was trying
And
to
then
set him
suddenly
straight.
you were on a horse.
Yes.
I'm not difficult, Dad. You just don't understand.
See?
It's it's just
Typical
like
Pebble.
It's just like when you told me I should not be at one of the way of fire. But the way of fire is how we try to get warm and how we try to help with spreading the flame of community. And I told you that was very important to me, and you just didn't get it. And I can understand why you didn't get it, but you didn't get it. Now,
I
are you
told
gonna
you.
come meet Lily and Elsie or what?
I told you if you study the way of fire and you're able to generate fire, then what happens if you melt your ice? We have a duty. We are supposed to keep the evil thing in the ground and keep it asleep or whatever it is so it doesn't come up. And that requires us to be cold. So if you
Well,
try to be
guess what?
warm,
Guess what? I'm finally achieved the way of fire, and I did melt the ice. Watch.
And blue flame spreads out between his fingers.
See, it's still cold.
so make me an animal handling check as you create this fire on the back of a horse.
You're scaring your friend.
So yeah, your horse reacts a little bit, but you were able to calm it down quickly.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ziggy. Shh. Shh. Good horsey. Good horsey. I didn't mean to scare you. My dad is just kind of mean sometimes, but it's okay. He's still a good guy. He just doesn't understand. But that's okay. We don't always have to understand in order to just be good friends.
And that right there is the philosophy of Pebble.
You don't have to understand shit. I like this guy.
So let's meet your other friends.
Okay.
And he hops off his horse, and then pulls him along.
Yeah. This is Elsie, and this is Lily, and this is the other person whose name I forgot, but just started walking with us.
She looks down from her horse and says, "Hello, I'm Lita. It's nice to meet Pebble's father, even under these unusual circumstances." And he looks up at her, and then looks around and goes over to Lee. I want to talk to the other bird guy. You look really weird for a Penguin.
That's what Pebble said.
Oh,
What sort of tribe are you? Are you from a different part of the Frostville?
no, I'm not from the Frostville.
You're so tall. How do you get so tall, Pebble?
I don't know.
There must be a lot of fish where he lives.
Probably
We smoke
lot
2
of
packs a
fish.
day.
That
And
sounds really good. I love smoked fish. How much is a pack of fish?
It's free.
hmm.
Pebble, what's his name?
Lily.
Well, I'm really glad to meet you, Lily. I like meeting other Pengals.
Hmm. Okay.
He's not very talkative, though.
No, he's a little quiet.
Always watching.
Then he goes over to Elzen. I mean, he is also approximately 4 feet tall, so a bit taller than Elzen. What about you? What are you? You're like a dwarf, but you're awfully short.
I'm halfling.
I see. That's like half a dwarf?
More like half a human. Both in
I've heard of humans, but I don't know that I've ever seen one. Are they like Goliaths? You're not half a Goliath, though. You're way smaller.
They're kind of like Paley, except not as dark.
So he looks over at Pyelius and looks over at Elzin. I could see that.
We're like
You're like,
twins.
I mean, I could tell you both apart if I had to.
Do it now.
I mean, you're a lot taller than him. You're like six
I'm like a
fish
foot
taller.
taller. I'm like a foot taller. I'm
Okay.
5 foot.
You're like two fish taller than he is. And your skin is dark. You couldn't blend into the snow at all. You'd be really easy to see unless there's like lots of rocks for you to hide in.
I'll figure it out. Also, I hope I don't have to figure it out.
Oh, right. So, Dad, we're not in the Frostfell anymore.
I could see. Where are we?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
We were in one place where there was this fog, and it was a really like there were monsters in the fog, and then suddenly we were in this place, and Lily got hit by something big, and then we went into this thing with the circus, and I didn't know what a circus was, but now I do. It's a fun place, and I was king of the circus, and they gave me this crown, and there was lots of broken glass, and then there was a big old elephant that I got to ride, and a dog I got to ride, and a bubble I got to ride.
I don't understand most of what you're saying anymore.
I know. I'm learning so many new things.
And he starts to like walk around the cart looking at it. How is this? How is this your friend Paelius' friend? What's his name? And he's looking at the draft horse.
Hmm. I don't know. Perry, what's your friend's name?
Um, Roach.
Oh.
Roach must be very strong. He's dragging this whole wooden thing with him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he
he's pretty
doesn't get
strong.
stuck.
How would he get stuck? You mean like in the snow?
Yeah, sir, just caught in the woods.
Yeah,
No
you don't
woods
want your
around here.
friend to you don't want your friend to get stuck. How does this thing move without skis underneath it?
Hey, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice to see you.
You know, it's good to see you too. Even though you drive me crazy.
And you drive me crazy. But I love you.
I love you too. And he hugs you.
Mm.
Alzin
So,
checks to see if he's got one of these things that are hanging above him. See if he's trapped in a nightmare.
So you don't see anything. You're not sure what this is. But he again starts looking around the cart, circles around behind it. And then you don't see him come around the other side. When Pebble goes to look for him, he's gone.
Dad? Dad? Dad?
Reminds me of Snake. Snake. Snake.
Oh,
Well,
where'd my dad go?
Well,
probably back to wherever it was he came from.
But
There must be some strong illusion magic about this place.
It's possible he was some sort of spirit. I mean, physical enough in his manifestation, but or it's just some trick of whatever it is that's otherwise watching us. Since seeing how Pebble reacts to the appearance of his father, still I would still expect there to be some divination magic if it could read Pebble's mind well enough to recreate a convincing image of his father.
wait, you guys saw my dad, right? He was here.
We
Definitely saw him.
saw something that looked like your father, but I don't know if that was actually your father. It could have been. It could have been his spirit, although by now I would have expected his spirit would have moved on.
Oh, I'm really sad now.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you sad.
We were just
It,
starting to get along.
like I said, it could have actually been your father's spirit, assuming he is dead, but it
No,
could have been
he's
something
dead.
else as well.
No.
So you continue on, and a couple hours later, you reach a wooden palisade outside the village of Black Pit. In the distance, as you rise up over a hill and see the palisade, you can see the pit stretching out. It looks pretty vast. It's not a simple hole in the ground. It is jet black on the inside as far as you can see, and hard to judge the scale of it, but it must be at least a mile across. You can see there are various buildings in the town, including a very large, clearly newly constructed keep, not even completely finished yet. The architecture of the town is a mishmash of various styles from all across Corvair. So not necessarily like anything your characters would have ever seen before, as some of the architecture is just of a type that you've never come across. You also
Mm.
notice that there is a destroyed church in the southwestern corner that appears to have an enormous tree growing out of it. And around the tree, you can see lights that appear to be like motes of energy, appear to be constantly being absorbed by the tree. An airship hovers near the keep, seemingly docked to the tallest tower of the keep. And you notice throughout the southern portion of the village, a familiar green-gray mist hovers that looks identical to the bite, albeit a bit thinner. And that's where we can wrap it up for this session.
Mm. We made it.
Yeah, it didn't occur to me that I would traumatize Pebble.
Yeah. But that was fun.
All right. Thanks
Yeah,
everybody for playing.
All
yeah,
right.
thank
Yeah.
you for running.
Yep.
Take care.
Talk to you
Good
later.
night.
All right. See you.